It really is. Yeah, it's an art form as well. It's like
Yeah,
fine
absolutely.
food is it's a delicious sandcastle. It's temporary. It doesn't last very long, but there's something about it that's very pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know what advice to give. Like, maybe smaller, have the tasty food with smaller amounts of it.
Yes. Yeah. And I
You
think
know?
regulated feeding window is really the way to go. Some sort of an intermittent fasting approach.
Sure.
When I started doing that, I found myself to be quite a bit healthier. And when I've deviated from that, I've gained weight.
So, what's
16 hours. I
Well,
like
okay,
16
okay.
hours. Yeah.
So like at night or
Yeah. So I get to a certain point, and then I count out. I usually hit the stopwatch on my phone, and then I look at 15 hours in. I'm like, oh, okay, got an hour before I can eat.
Yeah.
And so anything in between that is just water or coffee.
Actually, like this may be a useful bit of advice for people, but eating before you go to bed is a real bad idea, and actually negatively affects your sleep.
Yeah.
And it can actually cause heartburn that you don't even know is happening, and that subtle heartburn affects your sleep because you're horizontal and your body's digesting. So if you want to improve the quality of your sleep, and you know, be healthier, it's do not eat right before we're going to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst things you could do.
I did some of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. I've done that particularly after comedy shows. I'm starving.
Sure.
I'll come home and I'll eat, and then I go to bed and I just feel like shit. And I wake up
Yeah.
in the middle of the night. Like,
It's gonna crush your sleep, and it's gonna damage your pyloric sphincter and your esophagus, and it's so. In fact, drinking and then going to sleep is that's one of the worst things you could do.
Yes. Yeah.
So just try to avoid drinking and eating
Booze.
yeah.
Drinking booze,
Yeah,
yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't small amounts of alcohol that evidence suggests it doesn't have a negative effect on
I
it.
put it in the same category as delicious food. It kind of makes things a little more fun. I like it.
I mean, some of the people who have lived the longest, was a woman in France who I think maybe has the record or close to it, and she had a glass of wine every day. So
Yeah.
it's like small amounts is fine. This is like I learned this like quite late in life. It's like just avoid having alcohol and avoid eating at least 2 or 3 hours before going to sleep, and your quality of sleep will improve, and your general health will improve a lot.
For sure.
It's a big deal, and I think not widely known.